नमस्कार दर्शकबिन, सूर्य वेलनेस एन्ड योगा सेन्टर र भक्ति दर्शन टेलिभिजनको संयुक्त प्रस्तुति अरुणोदय योगाको 45 एपिसोडमा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत गर्दछु। 43 एपिसोडदेखि निरन्तर रूपमा यौगिक टक सेसन चलिरहेको छ। अहिले यौगिक टक सेसनमा हामी योग गुरु विशालजीसँग योगाका इम्पोर्टेन्ट टर्म्सहरूमा कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। योगाका फ्याक्टर्स के छन् त, अफेक्टिङ फ्याक्टर्सहरू के छन्, यस विषयमा योग गुरु विशालजीसँग हामी कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। अब भने लागौँ कुराकानीतर्फ।
Before starting our show, as usual, we used to do the session with prayer. We'll exactly do the same first. Just sit comfortably, body at rest, and your eyes gently closed. Disconnect attention from the outer world and try to confine it towards your inside to feel your own existence. And just feel the body getting expanded with inhalation and contracted with exhalation for some time. And prepare to listen the valuable talks on yoga practices. We'll do the prayer. For that, you could join your palm or you could keep your hand at rest around your knees wherever you are comfortable. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Already we know yoga helps to releasing our stress and anxiety.
Yes.
And how it can helps to releasing stress and anxiety.
It is very easy for yoga to drop that anxiety or the stress level from your inside. It's very easy. It is just a matter of some seconds. You sit still and straight for some seconds and just keep your face at ease. To keep face at ease is very, very important. Open up your mouth for some seconds and gently close it. And now sense a different state of mind you will reach. Stay there for some time. Stay still for some time. The more you will be still, more easiness will come. With this internal peace, with this internal easiness, you're releasing huge volume of internal contractions which you have stored and which we call as stress or anxiety. Just in some seconds time, you will feel relief. You will find faith in the practice of yoga. You will find faith in your own self, confidence in due time. Reach out towards someone who knows this practice well. Have faith in him, and in no time you will find peace.
You already talked about this in past episode. Let's go for another question. What about the potential of yoga in treating dreadful disease?
The potential of yoga is huge, as we talked earlier as well, that any sort of disease could be cured out of these yoga practices. At whatever level or stretch or stage of disease you are, there is no problem. If you could reach towards someone who knows these practices well, he or she could lead you towards that cure. But in this modern world, we don't have much faith on these yoga practices. Only such people who, after getting fed up of all the different treatments available in the market, then only they reach towards yoga. Still no problem. If you could find someone who knows these practices well, if you will reach them, he will check the mental state of yours first. He will see how much faith you are keeping with that competent teacher. And if that teacher finds that the person is humble, that person is having just a tint of faith in the yoga practice, and then the teacher will take up the burden of yours, and with time, with days by days, with the practices, with the instructions coming from the teacher, if you follow them, you will find yourself in better state or condition of the body. So this is how the yoga treats the dreadful diseases. We all know there are different stories of cancer, diabetes, or any diseases, or any hepatitis, name it, whatever you call it. They have the cure in the practices of yoga. It all lies in the stress. It all lies in the anxiety. And once they get released or they get controlled, you start sensing yourself that the healing, the better condition, the better state is reaching towards you. My faith is full with these yoga practices. If you will also have faith, I think your dreadful or the diseases in the society, we call it dreadful, is no dreadful more with these yoga practices. Anyone could come, and yoga has the cure. Yoga has the healing power.
Thanks for your beautiful answer. And another question I have. Already we talked about steps of yoga and positions of yoga. Styles and steps are different.
Yes.
What are the styles of yoga? Tell me
Different
something.
styles of yoga practices available. We call it the Hatha Yoga. We call it the Ashtanga Vinyasa. We call it the Yin Yang Yoga. We call it the Power Yoga. So there are different forms of yoga practices available, and all are suiting the needs of the different individuals. No one or nothing is wrong. All wants that you be in better health, you be fit, and you be in better state of mind to live your life easy. The only one suggestion is that, when you are starting it, do the practice within your limit. Do all the different practices. Find one conducive for your own body and stick with that. Stick to one practice and the solution of life in wait for you. So just do it. That's important. Take up any practice. All are nice. All are well. All are good.
Let's go for another question, okay? What are bandhas?
Yes. The world understands that the tough asanas as the advanced asanas, to some extent it's right. But that is not just the full picture of the practice. Bandhas are the psychic lock which is inside the body at the three different locations inside. The first is around the pelvic region. It is happening with the anal contraction. The second is around the abdomen. It happens with the navel contraction. And the third one is around the throat. It happens with the contraction of the glottis. When we do the different asanas, partially all of them are happening. The more you keep your body stressed, you could sense the anal region is getting contracted. That is called as the first bandha, Moola bandha. The more you put stress on the body, gradually with more breath coming into the picture, the abdomen moving, and you're trying to contract the navel region, you're letting it close with the spine. The body is understanding the bandha called as the Uddiyana. And when you're breathing with the maximum stretch, with the position in hold, the breath each time touches the throat and you're reaching towards the bandha called as the Jalandhar bandha. So these are something about the bandhas. When you will start practicing it and when you will start doing it for a long time, the yoga practices, it will happen on its own. Although these practices could be done at separate level.
Now we are talking about affecting factors in yoga, and I have another last question. It's my last question for you for today. It's so confusing questions, Ezra. Put light on history of yoga.
Yes. To travel towards the depth of the practice, we need to have some philosophy of the practice. We need to have some stories of the practices. The teachings of the yoga practices are very ancient. It is coming from thousands and thousands years of age, from the Maharshi Patanjali, from the Bhagwan Krishna. And you could also find it in the different religions or the sects spread all over the world. But the authentic teachers have never named it as something coming from Hinduism, something coming from Islam, something coming from Christianity, something coming from any religion. It is just a practice, taintless, pure, divine in nature, ready to help the individuals to live with the minimal heat of the world. It leads us to the understanding of the world. So when you start your practice, slowly go on finding the different stories around it, go on finding the different teachers of the yoga practices, and you will start getting the stories and the history of these yoga practices. So to go towards the theory or the talk on these things are not much important. Practice is important. You keep on doing your practice, and with time, whatever you wish, you keep it inside the head, and in due time it will manifest at the front. So this much on this question.
Thank you so much. You explained lots of positive effect of yoga. 43 episode. It's been really interesting. Thank you so much. We will meet for next episode.
Sure. Welcome.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. धन्यवाद दर्शकबिन। सूर्य वेलनेस एन्ड योगा सेन्टर र भक्ति दर्शन टेलिभिजनको संयुक्त प्रस्तुति अरुणोदय योगाको 45 एपिसोड यहाँहरूलाई हामीले प्रस्तुत गरिसकेका छौँ। 43 एपिसोडदेखि निरन्तर रूपमा यौगिक टक सेसन चलाइरहेका छौँ। हामीले यौगिक टक सेसनमा योग गुरु विशालजीले यहाँहरूलाई योगाका विभिन्न टर्म्सहरूको विषयमा कुराकानी गरिसक्नु भएको छ। अरुणोदय योगाका सम्पूर्ण टिमलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिँदै आगामी एपिसोडमा योगाका फरक आसनहरूका साथमा हामी उपस्थित हुने नै छौँ। टेलिभिजन हेर्दै रहनुहोला। तपाईहरूको दिन शुभ रहोस्। नमस्कार।